How's it going, fellas? Fez here, and today we're going to be talking about everything 2K17 and what we've seen so far and everything in between, pretty much. Like, what are your opinions on the game so far? In my opinion, it looks sensational, unbelievably good, but the problem is they're all pre-rendered. It's all rendered by a supercomputer, not a supercomputer, but a high-end computer and things like that, and it really is a shame because it's like a cutscene in a game, and everyone's getting hyped for cutscenes, like what they do with other games like Watch Dogs. And it's not the first time the community gets stunned by cutscenes or pre-rendered gameplay. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last time. But what I will say is the presentation on the game and the arenas and the crowd look absolutely amazing. Like when they get the brightness of the lights, and they're saying that different arenas are going to have different lighting and different things like that. It's going to be amazing. And they have the guys shooting the t-shirt cannons and doing the dunking and all that sort of shit. The cheerleaders dancing around, and even that guy with the presentation where he was talking, that leaked footage where he's talking about it. Like, it's amazing. It really looked good, but graphics aren't everything, guys. You can only make a rock look so good. It's still only a rock. If the gameplay isn't there, it really doesn't matter how good the game looks, because all games look good on PS4. You can't tell me that even 2K14 didn't look good. Yeah, this looks better, but you can't tell me that 2K14 wasn't graphically superior than, say, a 2K13 on PS3. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can only make a rock look so good. It's still just a rock. The next thing I want to talk about is the My Career, and we're actually getting it early and for free. Like, that's one thing that really amazes me, and I'll give 2K credit here. They're actually wanting to show the game. I've said it in previous videos that, I don't know if I released it, but a lot of people have made videos saying that they're hiding the game, but they're not now. Like, I'll admit I thought they were. I'll eat my cake, or whatever the saying is, and that's sick. Like, getting it 6 days early or whatever it is for free, like, that's cool, 2K. Like, I'll give credit where credit's due. You've really done well there. That's one thing that really got me pumped for the game. And in the trailer wasn't the best to hype that. Like, the trailer itself wasn't bad, but the hyping of the freeness wasn't the best. They could have done it a bit better, but who cares? We're getting it early and we're getting it for free. Well done, 2K. I'll give you that one. One thing that's in the My Career that hasn't been in the My Career before is the Olympics. That is pretty cool, but the one thing that I want in the Olympics is, and I'm scared it's not going to be in it, I don't want to play for the Dream Team. I'm Australian. I want to play for the Boomers. I shouldn't be restricted to play for the Dream Team. I want to knock them out in the gold medal match. And imagine that, the first time an Australian team won gold. You know? Like, it's a lot better story than just being the Dream Team for me. Like, I'm not American. I don't want to be the Dream Team. I want to play against the Dream Team. You know, that's what international players want. They want their own teams. Fair enough, there's going to be a lot of teams that aren't there, but even if we just get random players because you can't get licensing for the teams or whatever the reasoning, you got to have that, because I'd rather play with randoms and for the Boomers than play with the Dream Team against randoms. Like, I want to be able to play for the Boomers. If I can't play for the Boomers, I'm going to be pretty disappointed in the Olympic experience, because I want to play for Australia. One thing that annoyed me about the trailer, and that is pre-scripted story. The one bad thing about the Spike Lee, like, it was good presentation and things like that, and the story itself wasn't bad, but it was pre-scripted. It didn't matter what I did in the game, I had to get that story. And that's what I don't like. I don't want... See, in the last one you were Freak or Frequency Vibrations or whoever it was, and this time I can't remember the guy's name. I'm not even going to try and attempt to remember, but hopefully it's not the same where I'm automatically going to get the cutscenes. Like, it's just a linear story that goes through the motions. That's the one thing about the last 2Ks, like the earlier ones, that were good. You weren't always led down the same path. It didn't feel like it anyway. I don't know if you were behind the scenes with coding and things like that, but it didn't feel like the same experience if you played it twice. You know, it felt a little different with the different choices and things like that. But just having a general story or a pre-scripted story just doesn't work, in my opinion, for this massive RPG that they're promising. Or sports RPG, like you've promised a lot, 2K. You're giving it to us early, so I'll give you credit for that. But as long as the gameplay's fine, we'll be fine. And what I've seen of the gameplay, it looks fairly solid, and there's been reports that they're going for a more competitive approach, and that scares me a little bit because I'm only a casual player. I'm not the greatest player. I don't claim to be or anything like that. But so you've got to make competitive and casual separate. Like Call of Duty does that one thing right. They keep it separate, and that's what they need to do. They can't bring competitive gameplay aspects into a casual market because a lot of the percentage of players are casual. They're not players that play it for 15 hours a day and play competitive and things like that. There's a high percentage of casual players that play 2K just for fun. And that's what they need to remember. The game is all about fun. And yeah, it's competitive because it's basketball and you're playing against someone, but they've just got to make it fun and easy to play. Like, not easy, but you know what I mean. Like, they can't make it too hard, like aiming, shooting like they're saying and things like that. But anyway, guys, I've talked and raved long enough. If you like the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.